I grew up rough. I grew up without a mother and a father. My dad left me when I was 3 years old, and my mom left me when I was 5. And to sit there and watch your dad beat on your mom and grab you by the face and throw you on the floor and never to come back again. And then your mother, wanting to run the streets and leaving us home with our grandmother to raise us, it was kind of difficult. My grandmother really didn't have full control of us, so at the age of 9 years old, I got my first incarceration. And that's where it started. At the age of 13, I picked up an assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, and a kidnap, and got tried as an adult and got sent to county jail. I remember being in juvenile hall and crying out to God and asking God, if you're real and there's a God, then I need you to help me to get out of this. So I picked up the Bible and I started reading it, and God helped me get out. And it didn't stop me. I ran around, sold drugs, and ended up getting my girlfriend pregnant at the age of 14 and having a child, and just running a life of rapidness. My brother-in-law one time, he was the biggest dope dealer in San Jose in PCP, and was cooking some meth in a bathtub one time, and he was done, and he pulled out this big old ball of PCP, probably looking about 3 or 4 pounds, and he threw it to me, and he said, go make you some money. And ever since then, I sold drugs. At the age of 18, I got shot. And people went to visit me in the hospital, and that's where I got my first Bible. I dedicated myself to God and told him if he saved me, that I wouldn't do it again. And I ended up dying, and they brought me back. God saved me because he wasn't ready yet. I ran with God for a good minute, then went back out in the streets. Did it all over again. Living a life of gangbanging and running around with some big people. I ended up getting incarcerated and started serving God. My intentions when I go to jail wasn't to serve God. It was to gangbang, to handle business, to take care of things. But God always has a different plan. When I got sentenced, I went to prison. I was in East Block on death row on an override. And I was in a hole. In 1994, I heard God come and talk to me. Plain as day, just like this. In an audio voice, he said, son. I looked around, I'm like, what? He said, you're gonna serve me. He said, you can serve me in here for the rest of your life, or you can go home and serve me. And I fell to my knees and denounced my gang in 1994. And after that, 3 months later, they came to my door and they slid a letter in the barbed wire screen in my cell, and they said, I read it, and it was from the state of California. It said that they reviewed my case and they over-sentenced me. I can never say that God didn't have his hand on me, because the things I did, he would always get me out of. But I got out, I did good for 3 years, 4 years, ran with God, and then one day I said, you know what, I'm a grown man. If I want to come home and have a beer after work, I'm going to have a beer. That one beer led to another. It led to smoking weed, womanizing, cheating, verbal abuse. It led to a bunch of things, and I walked away from God. All my friends who seen me be a Christian and see me be a cholo said, they thought, this guy's fake. He always goes to God and always walks away and uses God and walks away, and that's really basically what happened. So October 28th, 2012, it was Halloween. I went out there to the clubs. I ended up going out and coming home early. My son said, Dad, what are you doing here? I said, I'm tired, son. I said, I need to be in church tomorrow. He said, okay, Dad. So October 28th was the last time I was out. I came to church on that Sunday, and I haven't left yet. I've been serving God since October 28, 2012, wholeheartedly. God is good. God has been good to me. He restored my relationship with my children. I got to meet my daughter that my very first daughter that I had, and man, it's just so awesome what God has done. You know, I completed my first year of Bible college, which I only had a 7th grade education, and it killed me. It killed me to do that because I didn't think that I'd be able to do that, but God opened up the door for that. And I'm in my last year of counseling to get my life coach's certificates, and I didn't think I'd be able to do that, and God has done that. I'm a leader now in the men's ministry, and you know, I disciple men in the church, and you know, I'm available 24 hours a day for anybody to call me in prayer, and you know, I'm on my knees battling, and God has restored my sanity and restored my vision for where He wants to take me, you know. And it's just awesome how God can turn this darkness and bring it to light. You know, what from being a gang, I can just say from gangs to grace, and through the glory of God, I'm able to sit here today and say that without God, I couldn't do it. But once I allowed God back into my life, you know, doors are open, you know. I mean, I'm able to go into the juvenile halls and go into the county jails and minister to the kids and minister to the men, and achieving the goals that I had when I was young and didn't think I would make it. And I didn't think I was ever going to get out of this gang life, and God had different plans, you know. And now to be able to finish my college education, my Bible college education, to become a pastor and to get these degrees, to become a counselor, and it just amazes me how wonderful and glorious God is, you know. And now to be able to sit here and show people treasures out of darkness, that's what I am. I'm just a treasure out of darkness, you know. There was a treasure inside of me that God seen that nobody else seen. From being told you're never going to amount to nothing, you should be locked up for the rest of your life, you're a menace to society, and all the lies that the enemy put on me, I thought that's what I was. But God told me different. God told me, you're my son, you're a king, you're valuable, you're worth something. I'm going to use you to glorify me. And that's what I do now. You know, I'm able to go out there and reach souls, and being able to glorify God during it all. Just the doors that He's opened. I never thought I'd do Bible college. I was scared. I didn't even want to. And I went from getting F's to straight A's. And it made me cry because I never got an A in my life. And it's just all God. All God, to the glory of God. So I give it all to God.